Hey y'all, um, different location today rather than the garage, inside the garage. We're out here looking at the doggies, Lily and Onion and Hopper. Now, of course, hot weather has come upon us, and when you're out here, as you can see, they're out here in this dog lot, and I'm trying my best to take care of them as best I can. One of the things I like to do for them, and this is something that's really easy, is take yourself some sort of plastic container, take the lid off. Well, first fill it up full of water and put it in your freezer. Then when you get it out, before you put it in, put it in there. And now they're going to have cold, clean water. I just dumped that out and cleaned it out. So they're going to have a nice, cool drink of water here after a while. And I will say that that works well enough that I have seen condensation on the outside of that tub. That's a rubber livestock uh, feeding kind of tub. So there you go. But I want to show you this new thing I got here. Now, prepare yourself because this is not a very exciting engine. It's not a very exotic engine. It's not a very, it's not an engine you're going to be like, ooh, wow, or something like that. But it's engine transmission. And here's the great thing about it, it was free. A buddy of mine contacted me over a week ago and said, hey, I've got this engine, I got this transmission, came out of a truck of mine. Would you like it? Would you like to get your hands on it? It's free. Of course I said, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, free? Yeah, I can do free. So, here we are. So here we are. This actually came out of a Dodge Dakota. So yes, it is a Dodge engine. I know, not a big surprise. And you are looking at it correctly. This is the 239 Dodge V6. And it has the automatic transmission behind it here. He pulled this all out in one unit. I have the exhaust manifolds. They're over there. And I also have a lot of the front end accessories. This was a throttle body injected engine, as you can see. And I'm wondering if the horses like it. So, anyway. So, now, my plans are, this is a running engine. That's why it was covered up. If it wasn't worth a flip, I wouldn't have had it covered up. But this is a running engine. And basically what my plans are for this is to, see that right there, see that, the only thing about this distributor that's specific to the V6s is pretty much the cap, which I'm probably going to recycle this cap and use this cap on a distributor for or maybe get a new cap. But I'm going to recycle this distributor cap onto a V8 points distributor. And or maybe an earlier electronic ignition. And then I'm also going to make an adapter. This is an aluminum 2-barrel intake, and I'm going to make it, but it doesn't have a pattern that's compatible with any carburetor. So I'm going to make an adapter so I can put a 2-barrel, either a very small Carter 2-barrel, like the BBDs or something like that, or I'm going to use a larger Holly or Carter two-barrel. Something else to think about too, if you're like trying to get into like, some people think that Mopars are very expensive and everything else, and to some degree they are. They are right, but it depends on where you're aiming for. If you're like, aiming for like a 360 small block or 318 or maybe even a 440, those aren't all that expensive. Let me show you how you can save some money. See this timing cover, water pump, pulleys, brackets, your front end accessory bracket pieces. This all interchanges with the LA small blocks. So does that starter. I know, yeah, it's covered with grease right now and everything like that. But this bell housing pattern back here is also exactly the same. And so this distributor is the same overall dimensions as the small block LA distributor. So I can unbolt this transmission off this engine, put it on a 318 or something like that, maybe even a 360, and it'll work. Now notice I said work. I didn't say it'll stand up to like, 500 horsepower and, somebody jerking the hell out of the shifter, and all of that kind of stuff. No, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm talking about. And, nice source of parts, even if this engine doesn't run, which it does, but you might be wondering, what is my ultimate plans for it? Where am I taking it from here? Well, I'm going to show you that. And let me show you. Okay, we're back. All right, and here is the ultimate location for that 239 V6, okay? Or 3.9 liter if you're cubic inch impaired. Yep, this right here. I know it doesn't look like much right now. I've got that back sheet metal portion. So, and matter of fact, it's right over there with that, in what's left of that go-kart. So, but this is a Boland's FMC H14, just like you see there on the hood. This is I bought this a few years ago, and it just I never could get it to run decent. I never could get the engine to do much of anything. Come to find out, it has very, very low compression. I mean, like, just insanely low. And and I was looking, the parts are not terribly easy to come by, and they're not terribly expensive, but they're not terribly cheap either. That's a cast iron Tecumseh engine. So my ultimate plans are this. I thought, take that engine out, get rid of it. You see this engine has a belt drive, a singular belt drive right there. And I thought, that wouldn't be all that hard to duplicate for a V8 or a V6 or even an inline 6. So I thought, why don't I take, and see, if you look right here, there's a drive shaft back there. That runs back there to the rear axle and also to the hydrostatic. This is a hydrostatic tractor. So basically what my plans are, I'm going to get rid of this engine. I'm going to cut the front end loose. I'm going to extend this frame. I've got the pipe to do that with. I'm going to extend this frame out maybe another 2, 3, 4 feet. And yes, I know it's the whole turning radius is going to get ruined by it. But here's my ultimate plans. The thing is, this is not going to be some toy that somebody can just, I'm going to go out here and maybe make a bunch of noise with and all of that kind of stuff. No, this is actually going to be a working tractor. Yeah, it's going to be crazy and ridiculous, but it's going to be kind of a good crazy that I can use. Okay, so this is going to be my next little project. All right, so that 239 is going to go on there, and I'm going to take that transmission off the 239. I'm going to have a belt pulley set up on the back of the crank. And probably some sort of flywheel back there too. I may have to just cut up an old torque converter with a starter ring. Okay, and then get that together on there. Okay, love you. Bye bye. Be careful. Anyway, like I was saying, my daughter's leaving. She's having to go uptown and go get something, so it's okay. But yeah, this is going to be my next little project. It may not be very soon. It may be, a year or two down the road or something like that. But I'm going to put that V6 in there, and it's going to be great. And yeah, it's going to be crazy. But you know what? Um, this thing right here has pretty much proved to me that the folks that are running what's left of Sears and Craftsman and all of that, they don't have a friggin' clue what the hell they're doing. Because this thing has been a pain in the butt. I mean, the latest thing that's went bad on it is that the two front tires keep going flat. And they were only, 4 or 5 years old. The tires that are on it are, I think one of them is probably 20 years old or older. I mean, I've had quite a few little issues with this thing. And I'm not going to lie, it's not been great. So, well, just a little tech tip. If you're looking at one of those starters and thinking maybe you'd like to put it on, like maybe your, one of your Mopar engines in LA, one of the LA small blocks, one of the Magnum small blocks, or any one of the 440s or something like that, you can do that. Okay? So, just something to think about. Okay? So, yeah, that little mini starter right there, that can be taken off and put on to any of the, just about any of the Mopar engines. So that'll even fit on the Slant 6. So there you go. So I think you got pretty good amount of content in this video. Oh, the seats, or seat in my Dodge truck is doing very, very well. Thank you. So anyway, I'll show you this here. Another one of my little vehicles here. Just a good old Ram Charger. I don't know what it is, but everybody kind of freaks out when they see that. You've got a Ram Charger? Yeah. Yeah, I do. What's the big deal, Of course, there's a lot of folks who think that the things they are four-wheel drive. All of them are four-wheel drive, and that kind of thing, but they're not. So that one's two-wheel drive. So yeah, she needs some work. So anyway, okay. All right, I'm going to get off here and cover that engine back up, and may go and do a little bit of work, do a little cleaning on something maybe. All right. See y'all later, and have a good one, and God bless.